Hey everybody, Marcus here with Daily Adaptation, and I'm going to be going into my boxing interval program, the first of 12 weeks, or the first of 12 progressions here. So we're going to be working out for about 30 seconds, and then with a 90-second time period off. But first we're going to do about 5 minutes of a warm-up round, and that's just going to be building a light combination. I'm going to be switching my stance about every 5th repetition, and kind of going from there. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got my heart rate monitor on and it's attached to my foot. So periodically I'm going to be looking down at my foot to check what my heart rate is. Again, we have 8 intervals that we're going to be doing after our 5-minute warm-up, which is starting right now. So let's go ahead and start off with that jab. I have my left foot forward, right leg back. I'm just going to do that soft jab, just kind of warming up. That's 5 repetitions, so I'm going to switch stance. Alright, switching stance. Now I'm going to do jab and cross. 1, 2. Hip rotation in every single movement. Five repetitions, switching stance. Alright, so now I'm going to add in that jab. So I'm going to go jab, cross, jab. So jab, cross, jab, just like that. Switching stance. Still getting that proper hip rotation on that cross when you're throwing that left cross. Okay, so I'm going to add in the double jab now. So we have jab, cross, double jab. Again, nice and light, just warming up, trying to breathe, set your rhythm. Get that fatigue out of your shoulders. Switching stance. So after this warm-up, you're going to hear a timer. And that timer is going to count down to me when my intervals are. So that's the voice that you're going to hear is a preset timer that I've used to do my intervals while I do video. Okay, so now we have jab, cross, double jab. We're going to go add a cross. So jab, cross, double jab, cross. Nice and light, not putting a lot of power behind the punches, just nice and smooth. Switching stance. Now you can shadow box this at home. You don't need to be hitting a bag. I'm just in my interval week, and I just choose to hit this bag that's available. So you can get a really good workout just shadow boxing as well. So you can follow along with this combination. Okay, switching stance. Now let's add in the left hook. So we have double jab, cross, left hook. So jab, cross, double jab, cross, left hook. Turning that hip. One more. Switching stance, same exact thing. Jab, cross, double jab, cross, right hook. Jab, cross, double jab, cross, right hook. Okay, switching stance, adding in that final hook at the end. Jab, cross, double jab, cross, left hook, right uppercut actually. Let's do uppercut, we haven't done uppercuts yet. Jab, cross, double jab, cross, left hook, right uppercut. stance. We've got about 30 seconds before our first interval. Jab, cross, double, jab, cross, right hook, left uppercut. Jab, cross, double, jab, cross, right hook, left uppercut. One more. Okay, first interval is about to start in 10 seconds or less. For the interval, I'm going to be going as fast as I possibly can with my left foot forward, my right leg back. Then I'm going to go into a freestyle round. Here we go. 30-second interval. So as soon as I get tired in one particular muscle group, I switch to a different one in order just to keep that fatigue away. I'm going to keep my form going. Okay, so now I am in my rest period of 90 seconds. During a rest period, you can just rest, relax, do nothing. For me, I'm just going to keep it nice and light, moving around the bag, building on to another combination. So I'm going to start this combination off with a right cross. Turning and rotating your hip as you fire that cross, keeping your opposite hand up the entire time so it's ready to go for your next combination. Switching stance. Knees slightly bent. Exhaling as you throw the punch. Again, I'm not trying to fatigue myself here. I just want to keep moving. I don't want to completely rest. I definitely want my heart rate to come down. Right now, heart rate's 135. We'll check it at the end of the next interval, which should be coming up in about 20 seconds. On this next interval, my right foot will be forward, my left leg will be back. I'm going to do straight punches for as long as I possibly can, and then I'm going to go right into uppercut, uppercut, hook, hook, continuous. That way I don't burn out my shoulders too much. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So now, that was the second interval, left foot forward, right leg back. I'm going to add on to that combination. So I've got cross, let's go from that cross right into left hook. Heart rate is 163, so we're working. Crow stepping with that first step, firing that cross, rotating the left hip to fire that left hook. Again, just getting the mechanics down, getting the rotation, not trying to work too hard as I go through this. I'm saving it. Again, this is a really generous ratio time. You know, resting for 90 seconds, a 1-to-3 ratio, it's pretty easy, right? But what it allows you to do is when it is time to actually get that interval in, you can really push it. So I've switched stance. Interval probably coming up in about 10 seconds. My left foot will be forward, right leg will be back for that interval. Here we go. Just to get my hips involved just a little bit more. All right, so Going in, adding, cross, hook, hook now. Heart rate, 166, still going up, it's perfect. Like I said, going through the motions with your shadow boxing here at the end. You don't have to keep up a lot of intensity. You don't even have to do anything. I can just stand here for all I care. My heart rate's slowly come down, I'm still working. This is just active recovery. Make sure you're taking full inhales and exhales as you're doing the interval, but at the end of it, make sure you're recovering your breathing as well. Switching stance. Next interval coming up in about 25 seconds. Oops. Okay, so for the fourth interval coming up here, my right foot's going to be forward, left leg is going to be back. 30 seconds as fast as I possibly can with straight punches, and uppercut the hooks. Get a little bit more hip involvement. Let's adjust your amp to yourself. Okay, adding on to that combination, 90 seconds to rest. We've got cross, hook, hook. Let's go ahead and go from that last hook right into a left up or right uppercut. So add a slip into it. So it's going to look like this. Cross, hook, hook, slip, right uppercut. Slip with the hand down, hand up. I'm not a real boxer, so that's okay. I'm just kind of having fun. Okay, switching stance. Okay, coming up about 20 seconds. I've got my fifth interval. My left foot will be forward, right leg will be back. Straight punches as fast as you possibly can. When the shoulder, the anterior shoulder starts to get burnt out a little bit, switch to uppercuts and hooks so you can get your hips into it a little bit more. Here we go. Okay, so adding on to our combination, we've got that right uppercut. Let's go right from that uppercut into left hook again. So we've got cross, hook, hook, slip, right uppercut, left hook. Nice and easy, real light. Switching stance. Taking a full inhales through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, making that sound. sound helps to contract those abdominals so you don't have to squeeze them on every time you throw that punch. Okay, got about 15 seconds here. Moving into what I believe is our sixth interval. Sixth, something like that. But we'll see in a second. Right foot forward, left leg back, and here we go. Keep up that intensity the whole way through. All right, so let's add on. So we've got double jab coming out of that hook now. So we have cross, hook, hook, slip, right uppercut, left hook, jab coming back. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. I guess that means that was our sixth interval, huh? Okay, switching stance. Oh, a little extra there. Okay, in about 15 seconds, we're moving into our seventh interval. Left foot forward, right leg back. We're almost there. Big deep inhales, exhales. Keep up the intensity. Even if you have to switch, cross straight punches. Okay, one more interval to go. So let's go ahead and add in another jab. So we have cross, hook, hook, slip, uppercut, hook, jab, jab, back now. Okay? Even by my standards, my form's getting pretty crappy. Again, just going through the motions. Using the combination that we've built to challenge your brain. Here we go, switching stance. Cross, hook, hook. Slip, uppercut, hook, double jab back from that hook. 30 seconds, and then one more interval. Taking full inhales, exhales. Okay, 15 seconds left. One more interval. My heart rate's 151. That's where its baseline is now, so it's up there. I'm definitely working hard now. Right foot forward, left leg back. Keep up that intensity. so now we're in our cool down. So for our cool down, we're gonna go ahead and build a brand new combination. Nice and easy. Start off with a jab. So here we go. 5 minutes cool down. Heart rate eventually made it to 175. That's pretty good. It's not bad at all. It's up in my 85, 89% range, so pretty good. So what I'm trying to do now is, again, just like in between my rounds, just a little light touch, nice and easy, keeping the muscles working. We're just trying to get blood out of the upper body, back distributed around the legs, get that heart rate to settle down a little bit. Switching stance. So warm up and cool down, not 100% necessary, but I find that so I feel better when I'm done with the exercises. It helps quite a bit because it gets me down to a point where all that sweat starts coming out, my heart rate's down, I can focus on my core coming up without having to pant. So let's go ahead and add to this. Let's go jab, right uppercut. The left foot is forward, right leg is back. Jab, right uppercut, rotating the right hip just like that. So the peak, my heart rate was 175. What I'm hoping to accomplish in this next 5 minutes here is let that heart rate come down to at least 130, 125, double digits preferably, but it's been a while since I've done cardio. So if you're a little bit more cardiovascularly adapted, it should be a lot easier for you to cool down. For me, it's been about 4 months since I've done cardio. It's not an excuse, just happens to be my adaptation I was going for, then allow me to really do cardio. So let's go ahead and switch the stance. We've got jab, uppercut, left hook. Jab, uppercut, left hook. What I'm doing here is I'm constantly moving into the bag. So I'm moving forward with the jab, I'm stepping forward with the uppercut, and then I'm taking a small step and pivoting from my left hook as well, eventually bringing me closer and closer to the bag. Again, I'm just barely tapping this bag, as you can see. I'm just going through the motions. I want my heart rate to come down, but I don't want to go from doing 100 miles an hour to 0. Okay, let's add on. So we've got jab, uppercut, hook. Let's go from that hook right into a right hook. So we've got jab, uppercut, hook, hook. Jab, uppercut, hook, hook. Just like that. Again, examining hip rotation here. Rotating those hips as much as possible. The more rotation you can put into your exercises, the better. When it comes to boxing, sometimes it's not always applicable to rotate your hip that far, depending on which punch you do. But like I've said in previous videos, I am not a boxing expert, so I do this the way I want to do it, and I purely do it for fitness. I try not to fight anybody, not try and prove anybody. I just love the way it feels when I hit something. That's it. What I do know, again, is proper rotation, proper alignment with the body. And if you're doing this for fitness, if you can rotate those hips, if you throw your crosses, uppercuts, and hooks, every sport that you play, whether it be tennis, golf, baseball, basketball, doesn't matter, is going to be improved. Okay, so let's add on. So we've got jab, uppercut, hook, hook. Let's go from that hook and let's spiral off to our left with a double jab nice and quick. So here we go. We've got jab, uppercut, hook, hook, double jab off to the left. Nice, switching stance. Now it's going to be double jab off to the right. Jab, uppercut, hook, hook, double jab off to the right, keeping your feet apart from each other and not letting your legs cross over the body. Jab, uppercut, hook, hook, double jab. Jab, uppercut, hook, hook, double jab. Okay, well that signifies the end of the timer. So let's take a look and see what that heart rate is. And what I'm hoping is that that heart rate is going to be at least 130 or below, and I'm really hoping for below. As long as I see it dropping quite a bit, I mean, I feel fine. My rate of perceived exertion is going way down. Let's take a look. Okay, cool. 125. Not bad. So let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. I'm going to do uncut here, and we're going to go into some rotations. So hopefully the lighting works okay. And what you're going to see is me rotating using elastic resistance on the wall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do about 30 seconds at each angle. And what I'm going to do too is close this garage door. That's a little bit better. Not great. Let's see. Okay, that's a lot better. The extra light. Okay, so hopefully you can see me clearly now. So what I'm going to do, got my stopwatch all set up. I'm going to set this up right on the garage so I can tell when I'm done with my intervals. I'm going to rotate 30 seconds this way, 30 seconds this way, and then I'm going to go from high to low, both sides, and then from low to high, both sides. Okay? So that's going to be one round, and I'm going to try to do 3 rounds of that today. So it's quite a bit of time spent on the obliques here, but that's the week for it. So that's what I'm trying to do this week, is cardio and core. So here we go. I need to walk this out just a little bit further. Bear with me here. That's better. Okay, 30 seconds on the clock, coming up in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Pulling across, nice and smooth as you come back to center. So I'm turning my hips in alignment with my rotation. My hips need to rotate, keeping the hands in line with the sternum as much as possible. Now the lever length, how far my arms are in or out, will also determine how hard the exercise is. So pick which one is going to work best for you. Don't walk out as far. Make sure you do challenge yourself in that 30 seconds. Speaking of which, switching stance. So you can see through my hips and shoulders here that I'm keeping one line of pull. I'm not allowing my back to arch. I'm turning, rotating, pivoting, keeping the hands in line with the sternum. Breathing out as I come out to the side, breathing in as I come back. One more. And time. So now I'm going to switch the stimulus. Now I'm going to go from low to high. All I simply am doing is I've got some eye bolts into the wall as anchor points. Now it's going to allow me to do this safely. So here we go. Keeping this underneath the armpit or shoulder. And still gauging the obliques. Aiming from a low angle up to a high angle. Last one. Okay, switching stance. Really feel the pull through my left oblique as I'm rotating here. Lock onto that feeling as much as you possibly can. Okay, that's 30 seconds. I'm going to transition from low to high, now down to high to low. Now this is your strongest, so you can usually walk out a little further on these ones. Again, a lot of this is from the waist, a lot of this is from the hips. So I'm internally rotating, externally rotating, or internally rotating on the opposite side. Feeling it now. My right oblique right through here and right through here as well. And switching sides. I'm not moving my feet. So although you can't see my feet, know that I'm not pivoting off my toe. I'm just turning my hips. If you feel any knee pain, feel free to turn your feet a little bit more, and that will help get rid of it. But other than that, if you can keep those feet still and just allow your hips to rotate with your torso, you'll get better exercise out of it. Okay, moving back to our middle. So that's 1 round. We're going through 3 rounds total. Right back to the middle. 30 seconds. And go. Smooth and controlled. Powerful concentric contraction. Slow and controlled eccentric contraction. Now I breathe like this, because every time I make that sound, my abs are contracting without me having to try. So here we go, other side. When you do this, the breathing also becomes very meditative. So I have a rhythm to my movements that keeps me on time. It's a sharp exhale, followed by a smooth and controlled inhalation during my eccentric contraction. And if you can keep that mantra, you'll go far with keeping your tempo the right tempo. So here we go, moving from low to high now. Again, just fixing this anchor point. I'm bringing it down to the floor to the fixed point, low to high. Definitely the hardest one, in my opinion. My grip in this position is my left hand, which is closest to the wall here, is underneath, and my right hand is over the top. You're more than welcome to do the opposite to that. I just don't like to interlace fingers. Whatever feels comfortable for you, honestly. Okay, so I'm switching now from high to low. Still in our second round of work here. High to low now. You get a little bit more out of this one. Ideally, your eyes are going to be right in line with your hands. So staring at your hands the entire time will allow you to not get dizzy as well. So let's go ahead and switch the sides. Definitely my dominant side. Feel a lot more powerful in this position. And that's just from years of rotational sport. Because I'm right-handed, I'm rotating to my left. Anytime I swing a baseball bat, anytime I swing a golf club, tennis racket, or like I said, throwing a punch at a bag, which I think personally feels better than a lot of those sports. As long as you're not getting punched in the face. All right, so one more time through. Going right to that middle now. Definitely feeling it through my obliques. Definitely being challenged. Typically takes me around 3 sets to feel that way, so if it takes more or less, that's okay. Try to follow it as best you can. I'm always a big advocate of listening to your body. So if something doesn't feel right, you feel like enough has been done to promote the adaptation that you're looking for, stop. There's always tomorrow. There's always next week to go deeper and deeper into that fatigue. Now, I'm not saying quit when it gets hard, but what I am saying is that when it gets too hard, knowing when to quit is extremely important. Here we go, other side. Like for instance, if I rotated like this and all of a sudden my back started to hurt, especially if it started to hurt on one side and not the other, that's a pretty good sign that there's something going on and there's some type of compensation happening. And if you want to promote that compensation to happen more frequently, the best thing you can do to make it worse is to continue to exercise while it hurts.